We attended Alpha at Holy Trinity Brompton back in 1991. And I went on the course thinking I had been brought up in a Christian church, and thinking actually that I could be a real asset to this course. Got in there, and God got a hold of my life in a brand new way.
She feels like it's changed her from the inside out. She definitely believes it can change others from the inside out. It can change churches from the inside out.
In the time that I was there, from 1991 to 1993, we saw the course double from 100 to 200, and then double again from 200 to 400. So in the span of 2 years, we saw this inner city church in London, which was just like any other church in England, just sort of difficult to get people to come in, very few visitors just walking through the door, to seeing this thing that was taking off and really bringing people to Christ. And I really had a sense that I was being sent back to my own country as a missionary, because I saw what Alpha did in the UK. We need this in the US. So when we moved back to the DC area, I started talking to everything that moved about Alpha, and if it didn't move, I kicked it, and told them about Alpha.
She's been talking about Alpha for 20 years. I've known her for about 22 years, and she became passionately on fire for the Lord through Alpha, and it's been the heart and soul of her passion ever since, and she's pursued it with everything she has.
This is a fairly new position, a regional director for Alpha. Alpha is an interdenominational evangelism tool. Getting churches to work together within their own denomination is often very difficult, and getting churches to work together across denominations is even harder. And yet Alpha is about the kingdom, building the kingdom of God, and getting Christians to work together to have a vision for their country, their city, their neighborhood.
Many people on a micro level have discovered the need for Alpha. I think what Alpha needs at this point is someone to come more on a macro level and organize.
So I'm kind of coming in saying, I'm going to work to help coordinate that. I'm going to help you meet your neighbor across the street that's also running Alpha. And let's do an Alpha invitation so that we can work together to publicize our courses. This weekend in Atlanta is our first event where we're just gathering Alpha leaders. We're just saying, let's get together and get to know one another. Let's build relationships so that, again, we can begin to build partnerships to reach Atlanta, for example, for God. I just feel that Alpha is one of the bright stars on the horizon that's going to help our churches get refocused on Jesus and the power of the gospel to transform lives. I mean, I really do have a big vision, not only for the Southeast, but for the whole country and for the world. I was one of those kids that I think had the gift of evangelism, the spiritual gift when I was a young girl. I would sit in my mainline denominational church and hear the sermon, and everybody was being quiet, and there wasn't a whole lot of excitement around it. And I literally wanted to stand up and say, Jesus is alive. This is exciting. This is a relationship with the creator of the universe. He rescued us from the powers of darkness and death. And this is exciting. This is good news. And it is the good news. It's the gospel of Jesus Christ. And to have a tool that's effective to actually winning the lost, winning souls for the kingdom is just one of the greatest joys of my life. And to be able to do that in my home state and in my home, in the Southeast is just, it's just a thrill. It's just a thrill.
She's as Southern as they come. She's from North Carolina and has never left those sweet Southern roots. She's a Southerner through and through.
Well, the Lord has shown me that I'm a butterfly. That's how He sees me. A person that's gonna take something from this area and pollinate this over here, networking, flitting from one thing to the next. I love people. I'm very extroverted.
Jenny is the most extroverted person I know, but if you were to ask me her strongest characteristic, I would say networking. Jenny can put people together like no other.
In this job, that's really what my role is as a regional director, is networking with people.
I see this job for Jenny as a fulfillment of 20 years of her life. I mean, it's all been leading to this point. And so I just feel like the Lord has been working in her life and the life of her family for all these years to bring her to this point.
I'm very excited to be in this job. It's one of those things that's like, I get to do this. Not I have to do this or I want to do this, but I get to do this. And it is the joy of my life.